Okay, what's going on? So it's Sunday and you join me in Valencia. So, got here about half an hour ago from Barcelona, got a train from Barcelona to Valencia. It was very decent, just standard stuff really. Just pretty similar to a train back home. Pretty comfortable, safe, no flying doors like in Cambodia. I think it was a bit frustrating was the time. So there were some trains where you could get here in about 2.5, 3 hours, and there's other trains where it's like 5 hours. So I chose one which is about 4 hours, which it's a bit more expensive than obviously the 5 hour one, but 5 hours on a train, can't be doing that on a Sunday, especially when we're so tight on time. Anyway, here in Valencia for 3 nights, so we've got basically 2.5 days here. We've got the rest of today, Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday we go to Ibiza. What's the plan for here? I haven't really got a plan, just need to tick everything off that I want to do. I need to actually make a list in terms of what I want to do. And I just thought this evening I'm just going to have just a walk around the city, just try and like take it all in. I think tomorrow I might do a walking tour because they do free walking tours at my hostel. So I might do a walk tour in the morning and then potentially visit a few bits. I know there's like the famous Museum of Science and Art. Meant to be quite, the building's quite well known. So I think I'm going to do that. And then, yeah. See what else fancy, just need to have a Google and then sort of take them there and just try and get everything I can done in 2.5 days, which is going to be tough. See what happens. Right, I'm going to take a walk down here. I think it's just like the main street in Valencia, so I'm going to just keep walking and see what I get up to. And if there's anything interesting I'll film, if not, no bother. Right, catch you in a bit. So, went for an ice cream, can't remember the place, a long walk, and now it's called Jardins du Tuin, which is basically Gardens of Tuin. It's a massive stretch of gardens which bases the whole length of Valencia city. So just having a wander. And yeah, I basically walk all the way down. This pretty much takes you all the way down to like the port area. So I'm just going to keep walking, see how far I get. It's about 7:15 now, so I'm just going to keep walking, see how far I get, and if there's anything interesting I'll obviously show you, put it to the gardens, and yeah, see what I get up to. I've said it before as well, like, this is the one downside of the UK. Obviously I know in London it's like that, but in the north, like, just don't see people in parks on weekends. Like here, everyone's like doing stuff. You got people playing football down there, you got people running, cycling, walking. That's the one downside of the UK, or the north of the UK. You just don't see that often. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like I don't know, it's because of the weather. I don't know, it's because of the sort of the lack of decent parks. I don't know if it's just sort of ingrained in European culture to be like out and about. Because obviously it's more seen down in London. I've been down in London on weekends and evenings, and you'll see people in the parks doing sport, playing sport and stuff. Whereas I don't know what it is in the UK. It's just not a done thing, and it's my one sort of gripe. Just not the done thing. I don't know. I think, like, even where I'm from, I just never venture into a park. Maybe for safety reasons, I think. Not the safest place. Just not the nicest place, I don't know. It's just not the done thing. Obviously, in Europe, you can go city by city and all these parks are full of people. So yeah, just a bit of a comment on the situation of Valencia's parks, or European sort of outdoorsiness, if that's even a word. Okay, about half an hour walk later, 25-minute walk later, we arrive here. But first off, I'm going to put a clip in now. I was just in the park just there, just walking through, and honestly I was watching these kids on scooters doing the most insane tricks I've ever seen. For someone who's never seen it, and for someone who's never like attempted to skateboard or try tricks, it was absolutely incredible. So I put a video now, all 4 of them just landing this trick, and I was like, oh, I was just blown away. Never seen anything like it. Obviously I've seen it on like Olympics and stuff, but to actually see it in real life with a scooter, see it with skateboards and stuff, it's yeah, very, very different. So that was very cool. Right, I've arrived here. So this is the famous Museum of Arts and Sciences. this is one of the reasons why I wanted to come here. You guys know I love my architecture, and I've seen this building all over the place. Or in terms of when it's mentioned in terms of Valencia, I've always been really impressed by it. So this is one of the reasons I actually wanted to come here. I may go inside, may not, depending on time, but I just wanted to come down here and see it because it's just a stunning building the way it's been designed. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll whiz you around now. I'm gonna keep walking on there to see how far it takes me, but I'll just whiz you around now. First off, there's a wild me. Hello. But yeah, it's just, from here and from what I've seen, the way it's been designed is just fantastic. I'm gonna keep walking, I'll see what else is around here. Honestly, it's absolutely incredible. Like, it's a good, like 100 meters or 80 meters from where I was before, all the way to down here. It's absolutely huge, huge building. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk down here, go left, and then try and get up to that bridge. Fantastic. I'm gonna head back. It's been absolutely fascinating, really enjoyable walk. The architecture here is absolutely fantastic, and it's, again, one of these things I've seen on photos and videos, and it actually hits the spot, and it's just fantastic. Very, very impressed. Just see one of the buildings behind me. But now to get some dinner and I'll walk all the way back. So yeah, not ideal, but it is. I want to continue further, but I'm just basically going to run out of time. It's getting a bit dark, as you guys can see. The sun's setting behind me. So I'm going to head back and we'll get some dinner, head back, or head back and get dinner. I don't know which way, but whatever. There is a bit more, so I want to go down to the marina. I think I'm going to try and do that tomorrow or on Tuesday. I might hire a bike, I think, and do that because it's absolutely huge in the city. And the way it's laid out, you've got the centre bit, and then the park just like runs towards the port. So it's absolutely huge. So I think I'm going to do that and yeah, hire a bike just so I can get around a bit easier, a bit quicker, because I don't know how far I've walked today. I'd be interested to see, but it's just quite long. So I'm going to round this up here for the minute. I may, if there's anything later on, I'll obviously pick up my camera and start filming, but for now, we'll get some dinner, catch you in a bit. Morning, Monday, first full day in Valencia, and I'm just heading on a walking tour, so running slightly late, so doing a very fast walk to get me to the meeting point for the walking tour. So that is the plan for this morning. Going to take you around, and then I think this afternoon I'm going to hire a bike, I'm going to have a cycle, so stay tuned for adventures in Valencia. Right, so missed the walk tour because I was running late and I missed it. So instead, I've hired a bike. So the thing with Valencia is all quite spread out, and you basically got one massive part which is about, I think, 8 or 9 kilometers long, I think, something like that. It's quite far. So I decided, and it was the park I was in last night. So what I've decided to do is grab a bike, and I'm just going to cycle on the city, take in all the points, all the places that I want to go to. So I'm going to go through the park that I was in yesterday. I'm going to cycle through it. I'm going to head down to the marina, have a look at that, and then I'll tick off some of the stuff in the middle of the city today and this afternoon. And then either tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll do the walking tour, I think, tomorrow, because I've got this bike now for 24 hours. So I'm just going to use it for the most of the day, and then yeah, head to the walking tour tomorrow. So that is the plan for today. I'm going to head to the beach as well, although I haven't got my beach stuff. Nice sort of venture to a beach. I'm kind of in like the northwest of the city at the minute. So my plan is basically to head to the southwest of the city where the marina is, basically follow the park. So that's the plan for the next couple of hours. So I've arrived at Mestalla, the home of Valencia Football Club. If you guys who are into your football, which is the majority of people. A La Liga club. Third stadium, I think, I've visited in Italy. One thing to note about the Mestalla is apparently it's one of the stadiums, I believe, in Europe. I don't know how well you can see that for those who are seated. It's like almost like vertical. I don't know how well you can see it up there. It looks almost like vertical, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to see if I can have a cycle around, maybe venturing if I can. Cool stadium, very impressive. So I'm currently at the east of the city now, so I started in northwest and I'm now at east, and we're gradually just trying to head south. Near the park, I'm just diverted off the park to come to here. But yeah, cool little spot. Tour of the Mestalla Stadium done and dusted. That was really good actually, very good. It was now like guided tour for the price. It actually was pretty decent. It was about €12.50, something like that. So probably about in the region of like £10, £80, £11. So for an hour tour of, you know, a La Liga winning a Liga team and a team that's won the La Liga tour. The stadium, I'm very impressed by the stadium. 50,000, very steep. Yeah, very impressive. I think the one thing I do have to comment on, I've been to Barcelona and the quality of the facilities in Barcelona is significantly better in terms of like the changing rooms and the media area and things like that. You notice a step up, which is obvious considering like how big Barcelona is as a club, and obviously how big the stadium is and how worldwide they are, etc. Valencia probably isn't on the same level as sort of Barcelona, but still a really good tour. Definitely worth checking out if you do come to Valencia. I'll probably put some clips in at some point during this, so hopefully you get a sense of how that was. Then quick bit of lunch, poke house. I love a bit of poke when I'm abroad. I eat full meat, which is good. Right, next scenes, I'm going to keep going back down to where I was last night, down towards the Science and Arts Centre, and then hopefully going to make my way to the marina. So that is the plan for the next couple of hours. See where it takes me. Right, catch you soon. It's here. Museum of Science and Arts. And it's absolutely stunning. It's probably even better than yesterday. So I'm just having to think just then. I think the reason I like this area so much is it reminds me of Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. Now, Singapore, one of my favourite cities in the world, and it just reminds me of that, the way it's built, the gardens. You've got obviously the structures, the architecture. I think are fantastic. And then obviously you've got the gardens here. You can just sort of cycle around, which I am doing. And I think that's it. I think that's the reason why I like this area so much. But yeah, it's fantastic. Right, let's keep going. Gonna head down to the marina. Actually, I'm gonna take some photos, then head down to the marina. So I'll catch you down there. I've come down to the marina and I'm here. So this doesn't look like much, but this, I believe, was the start-finish line for the Valencian Grand Prix, Spanish Grand Prix, Valencia Grand Prix. I think it was held between 2008 and maybe 2012, something around that time. And you can see the markings there. So you've got the Lions, and then you've got like markings just there. And then if you come over here, you can actually see the markings for like where the cars park for the start. So right there. There's one just there as well. It's mad. It's obviously abandoned. It's not been held here for 10 years, but the markings obviously still remain, and it's very weird. It's very unusual. So I'm actually going to try and see if I can follow the track round. I can't go that way because it goes into the marina, but I think if I keep going that way, it'll take you basically round. So I'm hoping I'll be able to sort of follow it around. Very cool. And just further on, we're here. So I think this is the pit. This bit here, and then that where I was just before, that's where the start-finish straight would have been, and then that would have been the pit lane, and the sort of the marking to show pit exit. I think just there, the white line just there. You can see that. Very cool. And then obviously if you follow it up, that will obviously rejoin the sort of racetrack, or join the main road now. Fascinating. Mad. It's mad how it's just like, obviously the marking's still there, but it's just disused. It's weird. But kind of cool as well. Right, let's keep going. Absolutely beautiful. Marina, racetrack. You can see the UBS there, and you can see the white line, and you can see the coloured barrier over there. Marina over there. And me on my bike. Just a beautiful day. It's such a class day today. Class day. I'm tired, but it's been class. I've plenty more to go, so I'm just going to keep putting it down and see if I can get just there. And then that's the swing bridge. So the track that ran was all the way down here, and then they crossed the bridge, and then you go all the way back down the marina again. So there's just a point of reference for you. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I keep saying this, but it's what a day. Fantastic. Right, onwards we go. I think this rounds up the F1 part of my time in Valencia. Went all the way up the harbour, which is down there, and now I'm here, and there's the beach. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take the bike down, and then there's like Malvossa Beach, which is probably about maybe like 300, 400 meters down there. So go and have a look at the beach down there, and then after that probably head back because it's warm, and I want to drop this bike off tonight, to be honest. But now, by the time we're down there about 5:30, 6, and then it'll take me about 40 minutes to get back into the city. So about half an hour. So yeah, it's been a really productive day. Right, let's go to Malvossa Beach. Drop the bike off. Fun little day. We're going to get an ice cream and head back to the hostel and get a shower. Tired, very tired. So I need to just go and chill out a bit. Right, how we doing? Full day here. So just rolling back to yesterday. Such a fun day yesterday. I think it's still a bit tired for me, but it was just fantastic. Like, I can't really complain. Just, yeah, great day, really fun day. And then went for dinner last night, you saw me there, and then just basically just crashed, really, just chilling, and then just died and went to bed. And then this morning, woke up at a reasonable time, finally managed to get myself on the walking tour, and then, yeah, just done that now. It would give it about 6 out of 10. The guide was a bit quiet, showed me some interesting facts, etc. But 6 out of 10 really, I think. Would say it's worth doing. Hostel, so I'm staying at a hostel called Home Hostel here in Valencia, and it was part of that hostel where they basically did a walking tour. Definitely worth a look. It's just been the Grand Market now. That was quite cool. I'll just put a video now. Basically similar to sort of a market you'd find in most places, countries, etc. But I've done that, and now plan for the rest of the day is I've got quite a few things to tick off, so I'm going to go and tick those off this afternoon. And yeah, just tick those off really. Holiday in Valencia, so obviously just want to get everything sort of boxed off as I leave for Ibiza tomorrow morning. So I'm going to take you around. Found in Valencia. Let's go. A very quick lunch. Actually breakfast. Got time for breakfast this morning. And you join me at El Micalet. So this is basically a tower. It's about 200 odd steps. You get the most amazing views of Valencia, which I'm going to show you now. So let me spin you around and I can show you. So you've got Nimes Tower just over there. You whiz around. Got the harbour over there and the Science Museum and Arts where I was yesterday. You can't really film panoramic because of the way it's set up over there. It's quite wide, but yeah, the views are incredible. Absolute scenes, views for days. If you look over there, you can see on there, you can see the Gardens of Turin. You can see the gardens that I went to yesterday, which I cycled to all the way from like down there and then round. I think it's only from here you really truly realise how big that park is. It's huge. So I'm in a district called Rusafa, which is in basically like it's like south east of centre. It's probably the best way of describing it. Yeah, just having a walk around really. It's like one of these districts that there's this one in El Carmen. So I'm here now, just gonna wander around, and then I'll head to El Carmen, which is like northwest of the city centre. After this. So just taking it all in, just enjoying myself, fun afternoon here. What I find unusual is obviously we're in the city centre before, I've spent the majority of the time in and around the city centre, apart from obviously my excursion to the beach, but what you notice is that when you come back here, even though it's only maybe like a 10-minute walk from the actual city centre, like a lot of the shops shut over like in the afternoon. Obviously Spanish people tend to have a siesta, and you start kind of notice it's a lot quieter, a lot less hectic, and it's definitely noticeable here with less people, and obviously a lot of shops shut. Right, final stop of the day. I'm in the area called El Carmen. Just gonna go and have a look. Apologies, it's gonna be short because my memory card's still messed up and I haven't got much time left. So gonna go and have a look and see what this area is about. It's been highly recommended. So walking through El Carmen now. I don't know, I feel like I'm in sort of a bit of a dream, to be honest. Like quite a few people recommended it, and even if you go on Google, it says El Carmen is like a buzzing area, district, cafes, bars, restaurants, that sort of stuff. But it's just dead. And now I don't know again if it's 5 o'clock, so still like you're coming towards the end of the siesta, but very quiet, everything's boarded up, well not boarded up, shutters down.
It feels like the only people here are just like tourists or people on a walk. It feels more residential than sort of like party or sort of busyness, if that makes sense, versus say where I was near the train station when I first got here. Yeah, a bit disappointed really, very quiet. Just only a few people and just building work, that's about it. So I think I'm just gonna head back really, and then chill for a bit and then get some dinner later on. I've got a few things I need to do. So next scenes will probably be later on tonight. Alright, what's going on? Valencia. Done and dusted. Left Valencia this morning. I'm actually now in Ibiza filming this. Thoughts on Valencia was good. It was really good. Sort of finish up. So last night I went out a couple of drinks, went to a rooftop bar, nothing too major. Unfortunately didn't take any footage, which I'm a bit annoyed about, but yeah, very unlike me. Usually I'm good with the filming stuff. But done dusted. Definitely worth a visit for like 2 or 3 nights. Nothing. I think it can potentially get a bit boring after that, much else to do. I felt like I'd kind of done everything that I wanted to do. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth a visit for 2 or 3 nights. And yeah, got a flight this morning and now I'm in Ibiza, so the next scenes will be the next vlog, which will be Ibiza. Exciting stuff, I'm buzzing. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, Valencia, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Next stop, Ibiza. I'm here now. Stay tuned. See you in a bit.